Hi, listeners.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing fantastic over here.
Perfect. So Haley made me do the intro and I feel sick. So if anyone has better suggestions on how to open a podcast, send it to
Let us know.
wickedmessy@gmail.com.
Or send us anything, honestly, at this point.
Any comment, even a mean comment.
Even like a thumbs down, fine. We'll just still an interaction.
Anything. We'll take anything. Okay, well, we do have a lot to get into. House of Stassi, season 1, episode 2.
Yep.
Till drag do us part.
See, I missed that.
Very fitting.
Very.
For the
I wonder,
episode.
was that the chapter of the party?
See, we said we're going to pay attention to that.
I know, and I
did
didn't.
not. It
I
has
didn't.
to be.
It has to be.
Because consistency is key.
And actually, a little tidbit first, the reason why I don't remember what chapter that was the name for is because I've been very, very invested in the very hot case at the moment in the state of our state, Massachusetts, the Lindsay Clancy case. So I did want to just throw this out there that we were kind of talking about maybe doing a little special episode of going through the case. Yesterday was day 13 of the trial. I'm religiously watching literally the entire day of court every single day. So yeah, let us know if that's something you guys think that you'd want to watch.
Yeah, and for clarity, I've not been watching live. My only source of knowledge is the internet, which is constantly skewed. I did a little bit of my own digging and came to Haley, who's actually watching the trial. Because if you're not watching the trial and you're giving your full opinion, you bye.
Right.
Because that's ridiculous. So if we do this episode, I will be full of responses. I will not be leading, and I'm excited to hear you break it down.
And they're trying to prove is if she's criminally insane or not. So yeah, I think we'll definitely do that for sure.
Okay.
Probably be a virtual one. We'll have to squeeze it in.
Yeah. When I am so embarrassed. I don't know anything. How long is this going to last, the trial? Do we know?
Unknown.
It could be like years?
No.
Okay.
Typically a big trial like this could go on for weeks, essentially, just like Karen Reed. I don't remember how many days we went for that, but it was a long time.
What are the chances? Twice in Massachusetts?
Well, I mean, this is just a high profile case, so that's why there's so much coverage, just like Karen Reed. So these cases are happening at all points of
everywhere.
Everywhere in the state of Massachusetts, but it just doesn't mean that it's going to get coverage like this. It's just because it's such a big deal.
But what's the chances that we end up in Massachusetts and back to back? It's like these horrible, sick, and it's not just like, she killed her boyfriend or what happened. We're talking like Gone Girl status.
Yes.
Like, this is like crazy. The twists and turns.
Well, I think that was a thing that came up in Karen Reed's was that like it was botched kind of because of the state police. So it's kind of like eyes on Massachusetts. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll save it for that pod, and we have a lot to talk about. So we're back to the House of Stassi. We start the episode with an actual producer talking to Stassi, who is in her confessional.
Yep.
Just giving a quick little recap of what happened.
Yep.
And they were doing some flashbacks, which I like. Let's have her say it and let's make it quick and let's move on, because Hulu, you dropped everything at once. So I don't really need a reminder. I'm just binging back to back to back.
Exactly.
But yeah, so the opening is still very much like a meta approach. We're aware we're being filmed and let's feed into it.
Yep.
So let's get into the sister dynamics.
Yeah. So Stassi's talking about Georgia.
Yep.
Initially. And I did one of the things I said about that in my notes was I did feel that it was valid that it was kind of awkward and weird that they showed the scene of Georgia in her bra, but I wasn't sure if it was like a sports bra or not, but it was like Beau was like put on a shirt, but it looked kind of lacy like, and I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
brother.
the Italians are more free than us.
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't really think so. No, not like with their family.
I mean, I'm thinking of the French people.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like Italians aren't. They're super protective brothers of their sisters. And they actually will they'll cover them up. They'll be like, what are you doing?
Which Beau did. Even though
he was like, put your shirt on. Yeah.
It's dual citizenship. So how was he? He wasn't born there, was he?
Must have been.
You have to be, right?
Yeah.
We need to look that up at some point. Yeah, I did see the bra situation.
Yes, that was weird.
But it's like, Georgia, you're from Italy. What could you possibly be wanting to do here?
I know.
Like, did something
But
happen, or is it to literally get close to Beau? And is whatever parent, obviously it's the dad now that I'm saying this out loud, because we know the mom. Did he pass away? Was that like there has to
I
be
feel like
more to this story.
I feel like that would have been mentioned, but I
Like
feel
a
like
while ago though, I mean.
right, true. But don't you think they would have mentioned that when they talked about how she like they reconnected and then she came? Because she originally said she was coming to LA to live with them on Vanderpump Villa, right? How I saw that was an opportunity to be in the spotlight, join a possible TV show, right? Like I'm sure Stassi was having conversations about her own show at that point, which actually we do know because they were doing the test footage.
Yeah, right.
So I bet Sassy wheels were turning, and then she was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you should come." And then Georgia's like, "Well, I don't really have like a legit job in Italy, so why not? Fuck it."
Yeah, and anywhere that you are, it's even somewhere beautiful as Italy. I don't know the part, but doesn't matter. It's all stunning.
Yeah.
But an opportunity to see real money in real time,
Yes.
like that is hard to say no to. And it's not like she's living in freaking squalor. I mean,
Not at all. The
Stassi's house
complete
is
opposite.
gorgeous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Looks like a hotel.
So it's not just Georgia moving in.
Oh,
Surprise!
Georgie, but I did like that the dollhouse came in first. I did appreciate that from Georgia. I was like, "Oh, that was actually a sweet thing to do for Stassi and Hartford."
Okay, so I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
Is that like that? The
pretty
things
much.
that you make?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's just a big one.
Okay.
Which I was impressed. I was like, "Wow," and she really
Well, she's an
should do something with
artist.
that.
She's an
Yeah,
artist,
she should
so
do something
she
with that.
probably do you think that it was like a kit or she literally like pulled that out of her ass?
Probably pulled it out of her ass. Yeah.
Yeah, so and actually in this scene, Stassi even gives her flowers on that. She's like, "She's incredibly
Yeah,
talented. What are you doing?" Now, just quickly, like this is Georgie's opportunity.
yeah,
Duh, someone like this is gonna take the opportunity to be a star and try to go on a show, and she realizes this show equals people buying her art.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because she makes it very clear several times that she's broke.
Very much so, and it's not like you're just buying something from a Bravo celebrity, and at the end of the day, it's like a piece of crap shirt that
Right.
they this lady knows what she's doing, okay? This is a very talented artist.
And wasn't at one point
Not that I would know, but I she looks great. It looks great.
wasn't there like pieces of her artwork in the background at one point too when they were sitting somewhere? Yeah. So she's
It's
like,
good.
"Why aren't you selling stuff? I don't understand."
So, yeah, her quote, Stassi's quote was, "Georgie is incredibly talented and has $3 to her name."
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But one thing that was confusing when she was moving her stuff in and like Beau was helping and everything was that like they kept making comments that like, "That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff." And I was like, "Wait, that's not a lot of stuff." Like I thought they were gonna have like a big like U-Haul truck. And it was literally just packed into a small car.
So at one point of the episode, I think it was later, but Stassi said that the intention was for the Georgie and Georgia, to move in for a couple of weeks while they work on finding something else.
Gotcha.
So Beau was probably like, "You took everything out of storage?"
But even still, I really didn't feel like it was that much. I was like, "You guys are being
from
dramatic."
from what we could see.
Yeah, true, true,
But
true.
either
Because he
way.
did mention like you can put it in the garage and stuff. And I was like, what is she putting in the garage? There's not
Yeah.
much there.
Weird. It
Yeah.
was weird.
Weird.
Georgie does say in her confessional during this scene that she's nervous to move in after she
Mhm.
shared her letter to Stassi during the Halloween party.
And she's not over it. She still has things to say.
Oh, and she does. There's a lot of crap talking this
Oh
episode.
my God.
Yeah, so and now they're just like Georgie, Georgia, Stassi, and Beau are just on a nice kitchen table, just chit chatting away. And Beau's got his own issues going on. Okay, so
Right.
while the fearsome foursome are sitting at the table, Beau's just kind of starting to pour his heart out about his own issues
With Rob.
with Rob. So Stassi says, "Have you spoken to Rob recently?" And what did he say? He says, "Yeah, I did. I said hi at the beginning and bye at the end."
Yeah, yeah, he's good. I like him a lot, but
He makes me laugh.
I think overall it was what, like 6 months, 9 months
9
that they
months.
hadn't talked? Yeah, which crazy, but understandable on Beau's part.
Yeah, so Beau claims it's due to Rob being angry because Beau didn't reach out to him when
He didn't
Rob's fantasy.
congratulate him when his favorite football team won.
Oh, it wasn't even fantasy football?
No,
I mean, they're
his
both.
favorite football team, like, won. Like, are you out of your fucking
I
mind?
mean,
What
either
the
are
fuck?
embarrassing, but it's like,
And I remember last episode I called Rob a man-child?
yeah,
Point
nail on the
fucking
head.
proven. And then Stassi's confessional, she makes a very interesting statement. It's pretty inconvenient when 2 cast members aren't speaking. I'm like,
Really? She also said in her confessional, "I want everybody to know this has nothing to do with football, and I'm not going to let the
yeah.
two of them convince the world that it is."
And I don't want to say too much to that because going further into the season, but I don't really think we got that much clarity on that it was more than football.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
So I actually paused the TV when the text came up of Beau and Rob.
Yeah.
And so this is from Beau. All capitals. LOL, period. Actually, I don't know what to say to this. I have 2 kids, lot of shit been going on. I don't have time to text you about your team's wins. It's kind of ridiculous that you think I haven't been supportive of you.
Yeah.
Dude, and he did even say something. He did say congrats.
I
And then
know.
Rob was like, better late than never. Shut up.
So fucking stupid.
He does say that, or Stassi says that she loves Rob. And
Right.
he's great with their kids.
And he's the godfather to Hartford.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Which again,
And
so
Katie's the
Katie's the
godmother.
godmother. Yeah. It's like they both broke off. But I guess what I was saying with Stassi's statement of it's inconvenient when 2 cast members aren't speaking is like, so clearly her motive here is you need to be friends because we have a TV show. So you got to fucking figure it out. And then she
right.
says, but I love Rob and he's great with our kids. And I'm like, meh. Now that you said that other statement, I don't really believe you. I think it really is for the show.
Well, she also says a statement. Hopefully I'm not skipping ahead, but it was this episode. Oh my God, I forgot what I was going to say.
Blackout number 1.
No, it was really good that she loves Rob. Oh, it was so good. I think I wrote it down later.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay, so that's all I have to say about that.
Yep.
Taylor and Teddy.
At the lactation course.
Yeah, no one offered me that. Must be a rich person thing.
No, you just have to look for it.
Okay, well, I didn't. I was fine, but no
Yeah.
one was like, hey,
Yeah, it's kind of
you
optional.
want to show me how to latch?
I mean, your OB definitely should have.
Yeah,
offered.
she didn't.
That's what a bitch.
Wow, really? I liked her.
Well, good, but
Well,
she's not giving you the
I mean,
resources
do
you
I?
need.
I didn't really have a
Yeah.
smooth. No, I do like her.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's a thing. You can definitely get that covered by insurance. They want you to be able to feed your baby.
Do you already have to have the baby? Obviously
No,
not.
no, yeah. Because when you're pregnant, you're already producing.
I went to I'm not going to say this right. Lamaze.
Yeah, Lamage.
Yeah.
No, I think
Lamaze.
Lamaze. Yeah,
I did do that, and all it did was scare me. Anyways,
that was the birthing class, right?
yeah, but it wasn't what you think. I thought we were going in, and Tim was going to sit behind me, and I was going to go push,
Yeah,
push.
yeah.
No, it was like a classroom.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I thought they have you sit on like balls, like
Me too.
exercise
I
balls
thought it
and
was going to be a
stuff.
big fun thing.
Yeah.
And I was.
Oh.
All I was shown was like, so this is what dilation looks like, and it's like boop boop, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like,
okay, so why would they teach you that? That is so irrelevant. You're not even going to be able to see it, and it's not relevant to you as a doctor.
And also, I don't want to say where I went, obviously, but the hospital is one that offered this course.
Gotcha.
So it's like, whatever.
Weird.
So yeah, so Taylor tries Teddy's breast milk.
Her colostrum. Yeah.
Very bold to do on camera, but I love that she went there because people do that all the time.
They do, and I think it's disgusting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Might have tried a little.
No, people do that all the time. Yeah, I'm not about that life.
I was curious, and it was nothing to write home about. But
she said it was like sugar water, and I'm like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to. Maybe colostrum and breast milk is different, but
it's a little sweet.
It is.
But I don't know. But she loves everything that is about her wife.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
to her, which is so cute.
Right. But
Mm,
then Taylor gets a little bit vulnerable in
yeah,
this scene.
she does.
And she talks about her anxiety about being left out, which great thing to be on air right now in the public to see that, like, because I don't think this crosses our desk often that, like, two same sex parents, well, specifically, I guess it would be two female
Yeah.
parents, right? And one's carrying. What's it like being that other one that's not carrying? And, like, are you worried about, am I not going to bond? And that's valid.
It's very valid. And even with, men and women.
Yeah.
But the difference is, and here's the difference, the fact that Taylor Strecker is even concerned about it, she's already 5 steps ahead of
Yeah.
your average dad. They don't even
Exactly.
care. They
No,
don't even know
no.
this. So, yeah, I thought it was a really honest, raw thing that people are nervous to say,
Yeah. Yep.
but it is so common,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I obviously.
And I'm sure even people that are adopting children from birth as well,
Oh,
they probably
yeah.
worry about that. You know what I mean? Like so many different scenarios where this would apply. But again, it's not talked about. I mean, nothing perinatal, postpartum, anything is talked about in this country, especially. So
So right. Mm.
another thing from the case. Yeah.
Does sound like it, all worked out, though. She was on a podcast recently. It was
I sent you a picture of her with the baby.
yeah,
She's a cutie patootie.
so
And
cute.
they're bonding just fine.
Yeah, so she said on the
Yeah.
podcast, she
And
was
she
like,
looks like she's 6 months now, at least. The baby.
"I don't know."
Yeah.
Well, that must have been filmed last Halloween.
Right. So then,
So,
yeah, that would
right,
make
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, Stassi's career, she's very much back in career mode. Her podcast is gaining more traction. It's always done well because she was definitely one of the first Bravo celebrities, period, to do a podcast.
Yeah.
So she's always done well, and her, diehard fans have always kept listening. I only stopped listening because it got boring. She really lost me for a little bit there because I'm not a fashion girly.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of that. And she actually says, maybe it was episode 1, maybe it was this episode, talking to Taylor Strecker, I don't like the direction my podcast
Yeah.
has been going in.
Let's join forces.
And that's what you gotta do. Lala just did that with her podcast. She knew. She knew.
Yeah.
It's like, especially once you're off TV, people don't care
fizzle
that
out.
much
Yeah.
what you have to say.
Absolutely.
But I loved this because someone from her team walks in and discloses while Stassi's getting her hair and makeup done for the Stranger Things premiere.
Yep.
Someone from her team walks into a room full of people glamming her up in Beau and tells her, hey, Netflix is trying to pick up your podcast to stream the video live.
Yeah.
The look on Stassi's face, this is the type of real reality I'm living for, and
Right.
why a fourth wall is meant to be broken, because she's like, why the hell did none of you tell us about this? And
Yes.
they're like, because we wanted to get your real reaction on camera.
Right.
Woo! And she looked at them like, you guys know what you're doing.
And I think that
They
is
do.
huge, but from a consumer's perspective or a watcher or viewer and someone who has obviously had Netflix for a long time and has seen that podcasts are popping up on there, I'm never going to go on Netflix and watch a podcast. Are you?
Not
Like, I think that's great. Like, it's big achievement, but I'm never.
Yeah.
That's not why I go on Netflix.
No, me neither, but
And now Apple and every other podcast platform offers video.
well, what they're also doing is out of nowhere, I feel like. I'll use a grounded example, how she hosted the Tell Me Lies podcast.
That was cool.
So what they're doing out of nowhere, to a little different from your point, but they're taking these popular TV shows and instead of doing after shows, they relabel them podcasts.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And they're just everywhere. And I'll watch those. Like I watched Game of Thrones. House of Dragons does one. Of course, I did the Tell Me Lies, things like that. Now, I love Stassi. I love Giggly Squad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch them on my TV.
No.
You have your phone.
Exactly.
Podcast is for podcast time.
And it's for like on the move or like you could just listen. It's like hands free. Like I don't need to be sitting on my couch. I have 15,000 other things I need to be watching.
Right. Right.
So like take the win, but like, oh,
And then I'll have not if I spent all my time I'm such a lazy ass. If I spent all my time watching TV, listening to podcasts, and I literally have nothing when I'm need my podcast,
right,
driving at work,
right,
like, so,
exactly.
but good for her. Either way, it's not even about just the exposure, it's lucrative. She's
Right.
getting paid to do that.
She is. And she even before that Netflix thing was
Mm,
announced, I did make a note about how she was talking about being a part of the Stranger Things thing, whatever she was
yep,
doing.
yep.
And she made a comment that was like, yeah, people are always like amazed at the things I do. But then I just say to them, like, well, duh. I like when I was 6 years old, I already knew this. This was like in my binder. And to me, that was so page coded because Paige says shit like that all the time. She's like, "Get my binder from my childhood." Like, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, I just thought
Mhm.
that was funny.
They are such a
They
crossover
are.
and, just different enough
Yeah.
that they would get along in the
Yeah.
same room, but it's hard. Like, they are dominant, like, they are
Yeah.
stars, dude.
Yep.
They are stars,
Yep.
but you know what? It's Paige has Hannah,
Yeah.
and although Stassi has Katie,
Again, yeah.
it's just different vibes. Although, hello, New York, LA.
Yeah.
We're more New York girlies. I
Absolutely.
drown in LA,
Yeah, me
especially in
too.
my 20s.
It seems too hot.
See, I don't mind that, but it just seems just a little too go with the flow.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you gotta know people. You
we're
gotta
from Massachusetts. We're literally the opposite of going with
Yeah.
the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we move on to gets sad, Beau.
Yeah.
And having a little bit of a identity crisis, maybe you want to call it.
Yep. And then even before Bo starts chiming in and talking about this stuff, Stassi makes a very clear comment about this Netflix thing. Like you said, big money. But she just kept saying her work pays a lot. I take all the money in. Like, I'm like, can you relax? But then cue Bo. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. That part is important. So now, while Stassi's saying all this crazy stuff, and if you are the breadwinner, that's good, but you're only the breadwinner because your husband helped you get there. Not
Right.
as in he did anything for you, but he was there on your podcast tour. He was there through everything. Of course, you're making the money. You're not giving him a choice.
Exactly. He's
So
holding the household down. He's caring for your kids. Like, you couldn't do any of this.
any of it,
None of it.
and I think that to her point, she realizes I don't have the same freedom, which is confusing. I just and it's fine if you're the type of person that does not feel comfortable, would rather have someone in your own house helping with your child than a nanny.
Yeah.
But they already have a nanny, so we know that's not the case.
I know.
So I don't know. But either way, Beau does admit that he's not completely fulfilled with the role that he's settled into.
But I did hear him say it would be 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Not ideal hours for the casting job either. I'd probably be not too happy about that. It's almost
Yeah.
like the crux of your kids' like major times in the day.
Yeah, it's definitely not great either, but you started dating him when he was working those hours, and the whole point but the whole point is, unfortunately, I imagine, with a career like that, once you're out, you're out. When you're back in, you're starting from the ground up. No one cares who you were 15 years ago.
Right, right,
Things have
right.
changed
You're
in
not
the
gonna get what
industry.
you really want.
I mean, he is Beau, so maybe, it wouldn't be a problem, but yeah, give him a good 3 years and soon he could have his own casting company.
Right. And
He could
he's just
cast
got
he
people.
could cast for
But he
friggin'
probably wouldn't
E!
even like that because he said he likes the actual job of casting. So I don't know. That's doomed, I feel like. But Stassi also makes another kind of super insensitive statement and
Oh,
says
yeah.
it's never going to be 50-50 in regards to pay. And like kind of making fun of this casting job that he's stating this is literally like my calling. I love it. It makes me happy. I feel fulfilled. And she's like, well,
That is harsh. That it is a slap in the face. Life is not all about
I
money.
know.
However, the thing is, of course, it's great. Stassi's in a position that it's not like she's working this crappy CEO job in the city where she's making a fuck ton, but she doesn't love it. She's literally chasing and getting her wildest dreams and happens to be getting paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How she feels about what she's doing is how Beau feels about casting.
Exactly. And she's like totally missing that completely. And then makes a statement, I'll even pay you so you don't have to go to work, which that's could be super offensive. For Beau.
So offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I would kill Tim.
That would not be acceptable. I'd be like, "Really? That's"
And she's acting like casting is, like, not a respectable job.
I
It
know.
was good enough for you when you married him. I don't
Yeah.
it's so weird, unless there's something I'm missing,
Yeah, I really don't understand that. Yeah, maybe something I don't know.
because
Yeah.
it's not like he's,
Maybe there's some jealousy that she doesn't wanna admit that she's like, "I don't want you around these, like, young little girls
Ooh,
who
you
are"
think so? She does make a comment about that
I
later.
don't know.
Okay. But, yeah, so, I mean, how much money would it take for you to have no aspirations professionally?
No, I couldn't. I don't think I could ever not work.
Me neither.
Ever. My brain needs to be something.
Right, but how much money would it take for you to say, "That's all done"?
Like, I'm done working?
You're done working, you're now living for somebody else's aspirations. You're not doing your fun little pod, you're not doing it
Uh,
you have all the money in the world and you can spend it however you want, but you can whatever it means to you to fill that cup of aspiration, whatever that professional
yeah,
how much?
none. I wouldn't there would be no amount of money. Trillions?
And then but
But
still,
still, I wouldn't be happy.
same. I could
So I'd get out of that situation.
and there's loopholes to everything, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a part of who I am. I know for a fact Tim, if the role was reversed, he'd quit tomorrow and live a perfectly happy life.
Yeah.
You know,
Or he
it's
thinks. I
yeah,
think a
he
lot of
thinks.
people also think that they could do that and have all this money and then they're gonna be happy, and then quickly they're like, "Oh, shit, I'm, like, bored."
My grandfather, he in his 90s when he gave up the hubcap company, and he's even older now, and he fills his time painting and
Yeah.
selling his paintings.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
this man
god.
can't stop. That
It's
whole
amazing.
line, that whole lineage are hard
Oh my
workers, and you could
god.
not pay my dad to stop working.
Yeah. No, my dad either.
Right.
Never.
God bless him. Okay. So Stassi's solutions, I think this was in the confessional. Or no, I think she said it to him. She pretty much said something along the lines of, I am trying to get you all these brand deals. Okay. So why casting? Why casting? Why
Right.
casting?
Right. I think that was later in their conversation, wasn't it?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it was later.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's at the end of the episode.
Well, it happens twice.
Gotcha. Okay. So
This
maybe
this
yeah, she
wasn't the big
does.
one. This isn't the
Gotcha.
big one.
Okay.
This is just kind of where Beau quickly says in his confessional, "It's not about the money."
Yeah.
And then it cuts to her confessional where she's like, "It's just not enough money in casting."
Yes.
It's like, you guys.
Yes. Get on the
Okay.
same page.
Do we talk about the Stranger Things premiere
So next I had when they started talking about Georgie and Rob.
while she was getting her makeup done?
Yeah, so they cut the scene to like the hot mic moments with Georgie and Rob. And like, I don't understand. Well, I think Georgie and Rob were mentioned when they were getting ready for the Stranger Things thing.
So after Stranger Things, it cuts to Georgie and Rob meeting up for a dog walk. Are you talking about that? Because I can just flip right to that scene and go back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's just them getting ready. I'm not talking about at Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
these two things are happening at once. 'Cause
exactly.
obviously Georgie and Rob aren't invited to that.
Right, but I'm confused because everyone's saying that they hooked up and then they're adamantly denying it, and Rob's admitting she's hot. Georgie's admitted Rob is hot. And then there's a hot mic moment when they're going down cellar, and there's something said about,
We've been sleeping together for 6 months and nobody knows.
and then it says, and then Georgie says, can I sit on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I, like, sit on your lap?
No, she said, can I sit on you? That's it.
Oh. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Either way.
So
And that was
clearly
Vanderpump
that happened.
Villa, so your confusion is it was on national television. Why are we still pretending that we don't know that they hooked up,
Yeah.
right? Is that where you're getting at? Because I don't have an answer. It's
Yeah,
gotta be for the drama.
I guess.
Because
Yeah,
that
so
whole
stupid.
Vanderpump Villa, if it was lightly produced and they left it up to them to produce it themselves,
Yeah.
it very well could just be a known thing, like they've hooked up and it's gross, but do you?
Yeah.
But let's use it. So they plant the seed during Villa, and then
Okay.
they have this whole thing because it was never resolved in the Villa. Did they? Didn't
So it's
they?
like this ongoing saga of like, did they?
Could be that
Mm,
because I don't know why they're pretending when everybody knows that that was said.
right.
Like, that would be the first thing I'd bring up. I'd be like, "What do you mean you admitted to it? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?" But yeah, Rob does say in his confessional during the dog walk coffee scene that he thinks that Georgie finds him attractive and he finds her attractive.
Yeah.
But she's just Stassi's little sister.
Right. And I'm like, you're a fucking liar.
Georgie, she says, what did she say? I've only thought about it once. Yeah, once?
Lies.
Yeah, nobody
Fucking
knows.
lies.
Very immature, you know.
Very.
So Rob already knows what Beau thinks of him.
Yeah.
This is just the cherry on top. Now you're hooking up with Beau's wife's little sister,
Younger sister.
who's living in Beau's house.
I know.
How more juvenile can you get, Rob?
Which I think it's insane because they do show a clip at this point too of Georgie and Georgia sleeping in the same bed. I can't believe that they made them do that. There really isn't another room for them, or is that for the show? I just feel like that's so weird.
So let's talk about it. Okay, so the internet has been going wild with that specifically, being like, there's no way that has to just be for the cameras, and it's so fake that it's actually ruining the view because obviously you're not. Now, Stassi, I did myself a favor, and after the show's premiere, I was like, okay, let's pull it together, Alicia. Let's try to get back into her podcast because I need to be in the right state of mind when I'm doing this. So I did, and it was her and obviously Taylor Strecker. And they talk about this specifically. And Stassi says, listen, guys, I understand how the show makes it look like my house is huge. And I have a beautiful house. But let me explain something. Upstairs, I have 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
I'm
Messer, Hartford, Beau, and Stassi.
Downstairs, there is only 1 bedroom, and it's almost like a in-law. Like there's a kitchenette, everything. So they have like their complete own space. There's only 1 bed down there.
Oh, God.
And she's like, guys, I know that it seems fake, but literally they were welcome to sleep on a couch if they wanted to.
Right.
So now I'm like, I kind of do believe it and even think about like when you go to look at houses and you're looking online, you're like, this is gorgeous, it's huge. And it's all about the angles, honey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of wasted space in old architecture and the way things were made. So
100%.
like everything's closed off and then you lose all the square footage that you could have potentially had. It's
100%.
crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So I'm on the fence, but that was my first thought. And I just die on that hill until I heard the podcast, and it could still be a lie. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure both of them didn't even need to move in. They only moved in for the show.
Right.
So whatever.
Right. But now we go to the scene of Rob and Georgie out.
Oh, that was what I was talking about the whole time. Are we going to talk about the Stranger Things premiere? On the way to the Stranger Things premiere, we see Stassi and Beau in the back of a car.
Oh, yeah, this was very brief that they showed this.
But it was, yikes. Beau says he needs a nap, and Stassi gets annoyed, saying, you always do this. I'm assuming she means you're always intentionally being whiny or complaining
And
before
tired.
a big, And I agree with her being annoyed, because if my significant other, were completely miserable every time we went out, not even just out, we're talking like red carpets.
Right.
I'd kill him. However,
but
he's only miserable because
he's a stay-at-home dad and that's his 24-hour job and he's exhausted.
Well, and he has no hope of stopping. You won't let him go back to work without causing a scene. And the truth is, of course, Beau knows that he can ultimately do what he wants. He knows they ultimately have the money, all that. But even, and I don't want to skip too far ahead, but he knows that this is not just going to be a disagreement. This is going to be a war if he does this.
Yeah.
And for
open a can of worms.
Right. He'd rather retreat than fight, which is fine.
Absolutely.
But I felt bad. I did feel bad.
I think he's just clinically depressed. I think that's what's pushed him into. So he's feeling low energy, low motivation, anhedonia.
Well, he can still give it to Stassi. He said, well, then you can cook for the kids tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
she was like, no.
Gut punch.
That is not fair.
All right. That's Georgie and Rob meeting up, going for the walk. Okay. So I was confused. So I apologize.
I was annoyed by this whole scene. Why are you complaining to Rob, Georgie? You literally just moved in. You literally just got on your sister's better side. Not good side, a little bit better side. What the fuck are you doing?
Georgie, I mean, she claims that she just moved to LA and Rob is one of the only friends that she has here.
But it's your sister's friend. And it's at that your sister's husband's best friend.
Yeah, and, you're really upset about those rumors from Vanderpump Villa. What better way to squash them than to literally go on a cutesy dog walk with the guy you've been accused with?
I know, and then
And the good old, like, "You're my best friend,"
oh my god, I can't
Puke
s
in my
and there
mouth.
is a lot of sexual tension between them even on screen.
There is no doubt that they're having
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, because he's not in a relationship, so it just doesn't
The
make sense,
the question is, does he care about her in any genuine way?
and I would say no.
Because she obviously is obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And then Rob makes a really bold statement, and I, like, would love to hear Stassi and Beau's take on this, but he said it's talking about Stassi and Beau, "It's their world, and we are in it." And I was
Yeah.
like, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah, I mean, he knew what he was doing with that comment.
Yeah.
He knew.
Coming in hot.
And the thing that, first of all, Rob knows what he's doing with that comment. And there's no doubt in my mind that the two of them, Rob and Georgie, got together before this scene was filmed and said, "What are we going to say?"
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Georgie, before he said that, really opened that conversation by being like, "I need to vent to you."
Yep.
But really, it was just talking shit about Stassi.
It really was, and I even I wrote again, Rob is man-child, because I just literally everything he says, I'm like, "Wow, you, like, literally wanted people to be like, 'Oh my god, I feel so bad for you.'" But
Mm.
from my take, Rob going into that seemed like he was painting this picture of Stassi and Beau that they're having a bad marriage. He was planting that seed that things are not as good as people are seeing on the
Oh,
outside,
one
and I was like, "That's fucked up.
right. And I mean, yeah,
You're on their show."
and he's clearly still holding on to whatever that text situation was. Because when he says, it's their world and we're just living in it. Oh, and he says, if we ever ask them for anything, it's a big, bad situation.
Yeah.
Oh, no. If it's their world and we're just living in it, if you ask for anything for your own world, you'll be told to grow up,
Yeah.
which is what Bo said in the text, grow up.
Yes,
It's like, you grow up.
literally. You're out here with Stassi's little sister talking shit, gossiping.
And you're saying that about them. Meanwhile, during the scene, there's Georgie in her confessional saying, "Sorry, I'm the main character of my own life." Oh, you are so Stassi's sister.
I know. I really can't stand Georgie, and I can't stand Rob. So honestly, I think they deserve each other.
Yeah, he is just very Gavin coded.
Yeah.
Different man, same leprechaun energy.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Rob says that he thinks Bo is resentful of him.
Yeah. I'm like, you're so
What? You think he's jealous of you?
he's so like I don't even know. His ego is so big that it's like he can't see past it.
I know. I know.
It's literally insane.
All right. So yeah, Rob thinks he needs an apology next time he sees Bo at the drag show.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes.
Good luck.
Okay.
Then we go to the Tell Me Lies pod.
Okay.
And I thought that was so cool to see like the cast. And hearing that
Did you watch that?
No, the pod, no.
No, the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, obsessed. But the main character told Stassi she based
I know.
her and what the fuck's his name? Her boyfriend in the show, Tell Me Lies? Steven. On Jackson Stassi's
Stefan?
relationship.
No, Steven.
Steven.
I know.
Isn't that's insane. It was perfect.
It is so good. Yeah, I've known that.
But Jax
so.
probably loved to hear that.
Oh, he was definitely in that up with his new GF Lori.
Oh, jeez.
Great show. It's based in 2009. So
Yeah.
like when we went to college.
Yeah. And then the last season was last year, right? 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
sad.
good. So good.
sad.
I'm sad.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it looks, I want to know what these contracts look like.
Right.
Like she's getting her podcast on Netflix, hosting her own podcast on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
How are they letting all this happen?
I don't know.
I thought Netflix was like ironclad. And then a few years ago, there's a show called Perfect Match. And up until last season or the season before, they had people from the Bachelor franchise, Love Island, everything.
wow.
All mixed. Anyone reality TV
so
on
it's
this
like
show.
scooping people up after.
Netflix must have been like, all right, this isn't working because we need people from other. Listen, Netflix has their own good reality shows, but they do not stand a chance against Bravo or something.
Or
So,
Peacock.
Yeah, there's no way.
No.
Okay. Anything else to say about that?
No.
Okay. So now I'm at Taylor and Beau.
Yep, at Taylor's house. Yep.
So at first they're practicing. What were they doing? How to deliver a baby?
Yeah,
Why
with
would
the
she
the
need to know how to
doll
do
that
that?
well, I think from, like, how Beau's perspective being the guy and Stassi's pushing out the baby, Taylor's gonna be in the same position. So I think
Oh.
that he was trying to prepare her for what it's like in
Oh.
the experience, which was actually hilarious the way he was making the noises and, like, explaining it. I was like, "That's so funny hearing it from a guy's perspective because I feel like you don't normally hear that."
I know.
But he didn't even go down and see anything, he said. He made it very clear that, like, Stassi told him, "Stay up here. Don't go down there."
Yeah, I think
Did Tim? Oh, no, he couldn't. He wasn't even yeah.
I was all alone on my
Yeah, I
own.
know.
No one.
So my sisters, both my niece and nephew, I held her leg. Like, I was, like, with the crew of doctors. It was
Wait, what?
wild. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You were
I
there?
held one of her legs.
Really?
Both births.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw everything. I was, like, in the doctor's position almost. Yeah. It wasn't the first time I'd seen it, but
What do you mean? Oh, they make you in nursing school,
well,
right?
actually, no, I think she actually gave birth before I saw it in nursing school. But, yeah, I saw a delivery in nursing school, but that was wild because it was, like, her 6th kid, and it literally slid right out in real life, in clinicals in nursing school, and it slid out. It made a noise too, like, "Bloop," and it was done, and she didn't push at all, the girl, because it was her 6th kid. They just come out after that
Oh,
point.
really?
Yeah, and then I saw a C-section as well, and then
Ugh.
but before that, yeah, my sister's 2 kids were the first, and I was like,
And they
"Whoa."
were vaginal.
Yep. Yeah, and they were like, "Hold this," both times.
How could you handle seeing a C-section? I
Oh,
can't even
that
think.
was my
I can't
favorite.
even think.
I told you I wish I became a surgeon. Yeah, it's wild. People should not watch that if
Go
they
back to school. You can deliver.
I don't think so. I don't need any
Desmond's
more fucking
twins.
student loans.
No shit, right?
I'll be paying in my grave.
So they stop after and make a drink, and Taylor asks what's going on with the work situation. And clearly, Beau feels safe enough with Taylor to tell her how he's been feeling because the poor guy doesn't have his wife to talk to this about, his good old friend Rob anymore.
Right.
He's alone, and Taylor is a genuine, sweet, nice person.
She is. But
She
I
can't
feel
keep
like
a
you
secret,
just
though.
skipped over a big piece of something we mentioned last episode.
That she explains how she's a late in life lesbian.
Yeah, and how she had an epiphany that she was like, all my friends would be like, I enjoy giving head. And she'd
Mhm.
be disgusted. And then she called them like perverts because they like giving head. And she was like, it was an epiphany because I fell into her vagina and I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, she did say in episode 1, though, she said something like, "I met her, fell in love, and then you have to do the thing that people do when they
Yeah.
fall in love," and she freaked out when she was down there.
True.
I would freak out.
But yeah, didn't she say also in this episode that she like closes her eyes and like she's down there and she just does her thing and it's fine? This is crazy.
It's so no, this is the stuff that I wanna know,
But the
though.
thing with giving head I thought was really interesting because I am definitely am I a lesbian because I don't like to do that?
Have you ever tried to hook up with a girl?
Not like that, no.
The thought of it makes me physically ill.
Yeah, I could never.
Never.
Either sex, I guess I don't wanna give head and I would not wanna go down under on a girl.
No, I think that's normal to not
Okay,
want to,
okay.
especially at our age. It's like,
Yeah, I'm over
nothing
it. I'm so
Please.
glad I don't have to do that. Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. So
But so now Beau
yeah,
starts opening up.
he's venting. He says specifically he uses the word numb and angry.
And he also says we're roommates, which that's a death sentence for a marriage if you feel like roommates and I don't feel worthy. Those are such horrible statements. And I actually felt for Stassi. I'm like, you wanted this show and like your husband's just totally like saying these wild things that can't be taken back now. And like even Taylor, I don't know if you picked up on this. As soon as he said like I don't feel worthy and the tears were coming, he was like, okay. And to me, it translated to like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're saying too much. This is Stassi's show. Like, do you not remember this is recorded? And
Yeah.
like, this is going to be out there forever.
Yeah, the look on her face
Yeah.
was very much so. I knew we were supposed to talk about this, but I didn't think you were actually going to say how you feel.
I know. And like, tell me, how would you feel if Tim went to Tim came to me, if I was just a friend, not your cousin, and was saying all this stuff? Wouldn't you feel kind of like fucking weird about that? Because I sure as hell would. I'd be like, why is Taylor the first one to hear this and not me? It's our marriage.
Well,
Like, I think it's okay to talk to other people about your marriage, but when it's that deep and you're making statements like that,
I mean, these are, like, really bad statements too.
I
Not I mean,
know.
they're warranted.
Like, imagine Tim said that to me, I don't feel worthy, and we're roommates at this point. You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
100%, but he does say because Taylor must have been thinking just what you said. She says something along the lines of, "I am here for you, but why haven't you told Stop? Have you told her?" And he said, "No, because she has so much pressure on her. I don't want to do that to her." Most guys, I'd say that's a cop out, but
Exactly.
I really don't think it is. I think he's genuinely nervous to tell her
On a
because
show too, so it's like you're even broadcasting that you didn't go to your wife first. I don't know. I was like, "That's sketchy. I don't like it one bit. I'd fucking chop your nuts off."
yeah, I would personally freak out.
Yeah. And then to put Taylor in that position, and she mentioned that. I don't wanna fucking be the messenger. Wait, I actually I actually wrote that down, didn't I? I feel like I did. Yeah. Yeah. It was at the birthday party prep in the next scene, and they did a confessional with Taylor, and she was cracking me up. She goes, "They killed the messenger,
Yeah.
and I have a baby on the way." I
Yeah.
was like, "Legit! Like, why did he put you in that position? What
Mhm.
the fuck?" Oh my god, crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so and we'll come back to this. So now just to wrap up that scene,
Yeah.
we leave. Beau feels a little lighter. Taylor now is carrying that weight.
Yeah, she's so
Knowing if this was not recorded, she very easily could have tried to gently guide Stassi in the right direction without ratting Beau out.
yeah.
But you see all over her face. I have no choice but to betray Beau, who's been nothing but deserves nothing more than a soundboard. However, I have to tell Stassi.
And I have a theory that maybe that is why Beau took this route, that he knew Taylor was going to tell Stassi, of course, on the
Mhm.
show. But what are you looking at?
I don't know.
Because it scared me. It's like, "Is something
I
over there?"
saw a light and I was like, "What is that?" It's just your charger.
And then I thought your eye was moving on its own. I was like, "Uh-oh."
I do that?
But maybe Beau was like, "You're gonna tell her, so maybe this is the way that I can have this conversation opened up without me having to be like, 'Stassi, we need to sit down and talk,' and then something bigger happening because she's annoyed because he wants to talk." You know what I mean? Just a theory.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it very much could be that.
Yeah.
So he does kind of continue to drop a bomb, saying, "By the way, it's not just about work. We're roommates,"
Yeah.
things of that effect.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
get affection. Yeah.
yeah, he clearly is building some serious resentment,
Yeah.
and it's sad.
It's a death sentence.
It's a death sentence. But things liven up a little bit in the next scene. We are at the drag party slash Italian theme birthday party, as it's for Teddy and Georgia.
What did she call it? She said something lesbians in Italian. I don't remember what she
Oh,
called it.
I don't
Called it
remember.
something, yeah. But the Italian part was Beau's flags that he got.
I would be
Oh my
pissed.
god, if I was Georgia, I'd
That's
be pissed.
that's what you're doing. That's
I
all you
know.
could come up with.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't do combo birthday
I
parties,
know.
okay? Give them their own. If it was
Jesus.
Stassi and Beau, they'd both be having their own to
100%.
everyone's point.
Yep,
It's their
absolutely.
world and you're just living in it. Although it looked super fun. I mean, Teddy was certainly having a
Oh, yeah.
blast, fully pregnant, dancing.
Georgia was too. She was loving it.
No, they
She was
both.
with the drag queens. She was having the time of her life. And Beau even said that. He was like, "Yeah, I'd be pissed if she threw me a party in Italy with American flags. But like, hey, she was having a great time. So I guess that's a good sign."
Yeah. Have you been to a drag show?
No.
I went to my first one. And it was actually just last year. October, I went to a Halloween themed one.
Oh, that's cool.
And they smashed it, dude.
Maybe I have. I don't know. Did we do one in Miami?
No, that was a Magic Mike situation.
Right. Oh my
What is it
God.
called? Little Havana, Old Havana.
Little Havana. That was so sketchy.
Guys, don't go to those there.
Don't. No.
It
If they
was
offer you free tickets, VIP, everything, it's a fucking
It's
it's real, but it's not
it's a
real.
small circle with fold out chairs. That's your VIP section.
And the guys are like viciously coming after you after the show. Like 4 guys were like, "No, you're getting a dance," and I'm like, "No, yeah, I don't want it."
I think they got these guys off the street. And for
Literally.
people being like, "Well, why didn't you just leave?" I wasn't waiting out in that street. We weren't in a
No.
good area.
Oh my
I
god.
can tell you that.
So sketch.
We had Miami by the balls,
Oh,
and
we
that's where
did.
we ended up.
I know.
We really thought we were doing something.
I know.
Remember the party we went to too before that? How we ended up finding out about that party?
Yes. Oh
That's
my
even
god.
worse.
Absolutely absolutely insane.
Don't go on Eventbrite. Just
Yeah,
know
don't.
people that know what they're doing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and Teddy and Georgia did arrive together.
Yep.
Which is cute.
Which, did you notice they like didn't even realize they were walking in?
Yeah, no one cared.
I was like, that was a staggered surprise because
Yeah.
no one was paying attention. I'm like, wow. Even production couldn't be like, hey, they're on their way in.
I know.
That was annoying to me.
I know.
But before that, Beau and Rob greet and have a very awkward hug.
So uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. And Stassi, even I think in her confessional, like pointed out like they did the things with the asterisks, like
Yes.
bodies not touching.
Yeah.
Like
The most forced hug ever.
yes.
They're taking shots. The look on Stassi's face when she takes a shot, I was like, come on. And then I said to myself, I don't know if I've even on VPR ever seen her take a shot. I remember a lot of wine.
Yeah, she
I don't
wasn't
remember
a big
her being
shot
a
taker.
party girl like that.
I feel like I remember when they were taking shots. I forget where they went out. It was maybe Katie's birthday or Tom Schwartz's birthday, and they went to like a club or something. And Stassi got hammered, and Dark Passenger was out. And I think it was because she was taking shots. So I have a feeling she stays away from shots because I think Dark Passenger comes out hard when she takes shots.
Wow, that could be very
Because she was
true.
a nightmare that night. She like threw something over the balcony at the bar they were at, the club they were at that night on VPR.
Okay, so you are right.
Yeah.
She's not, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't usually take shots, then that's like the death of you.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not talking, green tea shots. We're talking straight tequila.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So Rob and Beau finally have the convo that they've been avoiding for a year.
But did you see Beau's face when Rob pulls him? He literally looked like he was going to shit his pants.
He was like
someone just told him
shit.
his cat got run over. Like he was like,
yeah,
okay.
He was like, oh, now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think that this scene was for another 3 days. Booked this. Production's like Stassi.
Literally. And then to top it off, like you could just tell Beau's anxiety was through the roof. Did you pick up on the fact that when he got to the bar, he ordered his drink in a British accent? Yeah, I swear to God. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
No, I didn't hear that.
You gotta rewatch it because he's like, I forget what he orders, but he's like, yeah, I'll have a rum and a splash of Sprite. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh. That was pretty good.
Yeah. That was kind of
you
Irish
did.
though. Splash of Sprite.
Yeah.
That's Irish.
Pretty good. It's Irish.
But anyways, yeah.
Okay. So Rob and Beau go to kind of rehash what happened with the whole football gate.
Yep.
And Beau, in his confessional during the scene, says 35-year-old Rob is exactly the same as 49-year-old Rob.
Yes.
He hasn't changed a bit.
Yes.
Still chasing girls half his age.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry that bothers you. You better not look at the Southern Charm cast. Chock full of them.
Or just look at any man. I mean, I feel like every man wants to get a woman half their age.
I know. But the Southern Charm guys do it.
Oh, yeah.
And it is more like, I'm talking about like the Sheps too. Like Craig is still not that old. Shep's like what, 50 now?
50 something, yeah.
Damn.
At least. Yeah.
Gross. Okay. So Rob then says in his confessional that I don't know why he keeps accusing me of hookup culture. I barely leave my house.
I wrote that quote too. I was like, are you fucking out of your mind? You don't barely leave your house. This entire show, I've seen you not in your house.
You're a dog walking with Georgia talking
Really?
shit. And also it's 2026. It's called Tinder. You don't need to leave your house. So great logic there. Just pop that logic bubble.
Really don't like Rob.
Now, in the actual argument itself, the scene itself, toxic Rob tries to use like therapy speech on Beau.
I literally wrote, he's so butthurt because he knows he's childish and knows he needs to grow the fuck up, which is what Beau's saying, and he can't take it.
And the way he's speaking to him, it's like he thinks he's a therapist.
Yeah,
and I think
gaslights.
And I know that you probably know this from VPR, but Beau's mom is a therapist. She's a sex therapist. No one is.
What is everyone a fucking sex therapist? Wes Wilson's mom's a sex therapist. Now Beau's mom's a sex therapist.
That's a good thing. I don't know if she's a sex therapist.
I think that's what you told me.
But she is. Maybe she is. I don't know.
Weird.
But
That's
definitely
like such a
Beau's.
niche too. That's weird that all these people are sex therapists.
Well, we saw Beau's mom on VPR. She's the one that came over for, like, a girls' wine night and then was, like, doing some funny things, like the banana and the condoms, funny stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
this was super interesting, so much that it lives rent free in my mind to this day. She talked about the reptilian brain.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Kinda remember. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like equals dark passenger pretty much.
Gotcha.
She's very grounded, very normal. So, and Rob, you're trying to tell this guy
I
how to be
know.
grounded. He says specifically, this is a quote, "You never tell another man to grow up. Do you think a grown up only has kids? No, it's being emotionally intelligent enough to communicate what you're feeling and not just telling someone to grow up."
Fucking joke.
Beau is the most emotionally regulated man I've ever seen in my life. What
Literally,
are
and how do you take be a grown up as Beau saying that just because he has children? Beau is a man. He's telling you to grow up.
Yeah, now that I think of it,
It's so manipulative the way he did that.
how can you tell someone, okay, so if someone tells you to grow up, that equals that they need to grow up?
Exactly.
Yeah, who did the math for that
Gaslighting.
one? Gaslighting. That's actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
why
I don't
I
like to use
don't
that
like
word
Rob. He gives
because
me bad
it
vibes.
gets used too much, but that's, yeah,
That's
it's true.
100%.
That's
It's
what it
101.
is.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole time, it's almost like he's digging his heels in so much because he knows how fucking childish she is, how immature he is, how big his ego is, and how he can't get himself around it. And he knows he needs to grow the fuck up, but he's never going to say that, especially not on camera.
He has rehearsed this conversation so many times in the mirror, thinking, okay, I need to clean up my image, but I'm not going to look like I messed up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like regaining the public's affection.
Right.
I need to make it seem like Beau, came off the wrong way about me
And
and he's
treated a
wrong.
friend for 10 years so poorly.
Yes, it was all for the cameras. That's pretty much
And it's
what
like,
he
yeah, that's a
thinks.
10-year friendship that you got pissed because you didn't say congrats about a football team.
You think
Let's turn it around.
you think you're more mature because you have kids?
Yeah, like fuck off. I would have
But
punched him in the face if I was Beau.
Beau was like, "No, I think that I have responsibilities. That's what I think."
And I communicate.
Like, what are we talking about? They pretty much wrap it up by saying, "I love you. I miss you. Let's sweep things under that giant rug." And they hug it out, and that's it with the two of them. Meanwhile, Stassi, Katie, the whole female crew is sitting down after, vigorously dancing. And they notice, like, oh, what's going on? Oh, it looks like they might be hugging it out, but Beau looks miserable still.
Beau's like crying, which they didn't really show anything about what Beau was saying, which I'm assuming maybe he was letting him in on like the Stassi stuff. But going back to that awkward hug they had when they brushed it all into the rug, to me, body language and just his facial expression, Beau doesn't want to be friends with Rob. And my theory again plays out here that Stassi has made it very clear you're on a show together, you need to be friends. And Beau, I think, is just listening to the boss.
Yes. I mean, even she says in her confessional that these guys need to mend things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she says they need to mend things, and maybe he'll be so happy with his best friend back that he'll
He won't
forget
have
he
to
wants to go
work.
back to work.
Yes.
She's such
Yes.
a little shit.
It always comes back to her.
Now, poor Taylor Strecker realizes, I gotta do it. Gotta rip off the Band-Aid and tell Stassi what I talked to Beau about.
And this is another moment where the fourth wall is broken and Stassi
Fully.
looks shook. She's like, what the fuck are you pulling me for to tell me? She looked so scared.
She was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So Taylor, they sit down outside, which was giving very VPR vibes. Like, I liked that they were outside
No,
of
they
a
were in a
bar.
booth.
Were they?
Yeah, I think you're making that up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, they were in a booth in the same
They were in a
place.
booth. I'm thinking about who ended up going out. I think it might be the third episode. Katie is talking to maybe Christina. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. So they're talking about
Beau and Taylor's conversation.
yeah, how was it? And Taylor's like, did you talk to Beau about what
Right,
we
she
talked
tested
about?
the waters out.
And Stassi's like, well, he just said that you guys had fun and had a few drinks.
Which again, like, Beau, what the fuck? She asked you how it went. You could have clearly not put Taylor in this position. This would be a whole different scene.
And she's looking at Taylor like
She's worried. Yeah.
this isn't in the script.
Confused.
Why are
Yes,
you
that's what I
going
wrote.
rogue?
Stassi is
Yeah,
confused.
she's big confused. So Taylor tells Stassi that Beau was crying and upset about her comments that Stassi would pay Beau to stay home with the kids.
Yep.
Now Stassi starts crying.
Well, so I wrote, is she actually crying? Because I didn't see a tear. I was confused. I know her crying face is a little botched from her Botox and everything, but like, I don't know if she was actually crying or if that was tried to be like, oh, I'm on a show and I need to kind of have emotion
I think
about this.
I think both. I think it's less about I think she cares that she hurt him. She doesn't
Yeah.
understand why it would hurt him.
Well, Taylor did not say all the comments that Beau actually said. She was very particular about what she reported back to Stassi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
She
enough.
didn't say the roommates thing. She didn't say the I don't feel worthy.
Well, those are things that are gonna get Beau in trouble, and she didn't wanna
Yeah.
get Beau in trouble here.
Yeah.
And it's just not any regular schmegular, it's Stassi. Like, when you were saying earlier, "Oh, what if Tim pulled you aside?" It's super offensive. I mean, I'm no walk in the park either, but I'm also not Stassi.
No.
Telling Stassi something and to your exact point, he might have said,
I would have told you
I
the whole conversation A to Z if Tim pulled me. I call you right after we walk out the door. Hey, we gotta talk.
Right, right.
Get him with a pan when he comes in the door.
Right, but I think Taylor's seeing the bigger picture that Beau isn't the villain in the situation.
Yeah.
Stassi would be a mess without him. So I need to bring this up in the best way that's not going to cause a fight, but make Stassi see her ways and let her see it on camera.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to give her the real tea off camera so she
Yeah.
can separately freak out because I can't do that.
Or
to
I'm gonna
her.
let Beau give her the real tea
Right,
because
right,
he needs
right.
to fucking own up to this.
So she says, yeah, she's upset. It cuts to her in her confessional where she acknowledges the only reason that she's taking these opportunities is to get her family to have a great life.
I know.
What
And
is it worth?
Exactly.
And it's just really an argument as old as time, the whole work versus time at home. And time is the only thing you can't get back.
No, you can't work your fucking life away. You can't get that time back. Beau could get hit by a car tomorrow and you don't have Beau. And then you feel like shit because you could have been home with him and sharing all these moments with your children with him. Like this part really bothered me about this whole season with Stassi. It's like, I understand you were canceled. I understand how difficult that was, but you have this beautiful family that you created. Like you're making a shit ton of money. You don't have to say yes to everything. Why are you doing, especially if you see your husband's hurting. Now your best friend's telling you your husband's not happy.
But the thing is, I don't even knock her for that because it's every celebrity, celebrity, anything, they're always going to look like they're not spending time with the kids because they're always getting photographed at these things. And the truth of the matter is, she probably is home most nights with her kids, but she has all these opportunities. I don't think she should stop saying, yes, 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 but you need to let Beau say yes, yes, yes. And you need to turn down some things so he can say yes to some
That's what I'm
things.
saying. Or
The
not
kids
even
are
that he
fine.
needs to say yes, just so you guys could be a united front at home.
The kids are happy. They're fine. They're not I don't think she's doing a bad job. I don't think but the reason it feels icky is because it's like the time you can't get back. And that goes for Beau too, you know? If he wants to do casting, then maybe, a few times a week you should say, okay, well, I'm not going to go to this event. I'm not going to do
Right.
this. I'm not going to do that. Or you stay grounded and say, we have this awesome nanny who we fully trust.
Yep.
And, let's make it work.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're doing this for your family, but how healthy is it for your family? It doesn't seem really good. She's shielding the kids the perfect amount, but
She
it's
is,
it's
but
tough, and there's
yeah.
now always going to be resentment.
Yeah.
And your real life is always going to take the backseat to reality TV. It gets its claws in everyone,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she knows that.
Yep, absolutely.
So it ends with Taylor just begging Stassi to give Beau just a sliver of empathy,
I know.
just a sliver.
Yeah. Which speaks
So
volumes that she has to do that.
now we're driving back home. Stassi and Beau, we're driving back home, and it's in silence and it's in broad daylight. I
Yep.
didn't realize that they were dancing, taking shots like that during the
True.
day.
I didn't even make that connection.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that
wowzers.
yeah, that is weird.
So it's just super awkward. Now when they get home,
Unless it's the summertime. No, it's the fall, right? Because they had a Halloween
yeah, it's
party.
Halloween.
Yeah.
It's different there, right? LA.
Is it
Are they
later,
before or after us?
darker. I don't know.
Ahead or does it whatever, doesn't matter. I mean, the drag show I went to is at, like, 12.
PM?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no,
AM.
no PM.
Oh.
But because usually they're associated with brunches.
True.
This obviously wasn't,
No.
but whatever. Good
Whatever.
for them, good for them. So, once they get back home, Stassi is like, "Let me put on my PJs real quick," and sits Beau down, and I'm assuming that the baby's with the nanny, so it's okay for the baby to be with the nanny for that scene. Anyways, she tells Beau that she had a talk with Taylor, and she knows what was discussed between Taylor and Beau,
Yep.
and Stassi asks, "Well, why were you crying?"
Yep.
Beau admits that he doesn't like where he is with his life. He feels overwhelmed. What does he say? "I feel like I'm stuck in a hamster wheel."
Yes.
Great way of describing that.
And
They
I'm not
start,
happy.
yeah, "I'm trying to put on a happy face."
Yeah.
And she says, "You're not happy?" "Well, I've been just in this marriage thing. Now you're happy." And he says, "It's not that I'm unhappy. I'm just not happy with a capital H."
Yeah.
And she's
No, no, no. He says I'm not happy in all caps. I'm a capital H happy. And then she rebuttals with, "You're not even a capital H happy. You're a lowercase Comic Sans happy."
like,
And he says that's chic. And she says, "No, it's cringe."
yeah.
It's like, you fucking bitch. Like, can you fucking stop?
It's so mean. So Stassi says, "Okay, but what would make you happy?" So quickly he goes, "Casting."
Yeah.
And she says, "I want you to think bigger.
I want you to dream bigger.
Like, you're missing the point. Casting makes them
Not
happy."
everyone's dreams are the same. Some people are trash men, and that was their fucking dream since they were a kid. They like to smell trash.
I know. And Beau doesn't want to be an influencer.
No, he was so funny when he was like, "Yeah, let me just sit home all day and say, hey, look at these pans I'm going to use. I cooked my kids breakfast in the morning with it." I was like, "You're so funny. You actually would be great for doing that all
Oh,
day."
you would be literally perfect. But the truth is, Beau just wants to be a regular schmegular guy who supports his famous hot wife and accompanies her to these, shows, whatnot.
And
But
is happy too because he's doing his own thing.
and he's happy to, and he's not going to say on the drive, "I'm so tired." Do the math,
Exactly.
Stassi. Do the math here.
Exactly. I know. And I wrote down this whole conversation at the end of this episode was just such a disaster.
What really got me, and I thought this was, and he's so emotionally intelligent. He knows the right things to say, just like West, but in a real way,
Yeah.
not a sneaky way.
Narcissistic, yeah.
Stassi says, "I've been sitting over here thinking that our marriage is in a really great place." And Beau responds, "Well, of course you do. That's because your needs are being met." Obviously, you think everything's great. Stassi, how does she not see that?
I think she's just in this whirlwind of, oh my God, Hulu, Disney wanted this show, and now I have this show, and now I'm doing all these big things. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she's on this long, shiny road of fulfillment. Meanwhile, Beau is just chasing her around.
he's eating the dust.
I feel bad.
I do too. I really feel bad for Beau.
I feel horrible. And you've been saying we need to connect more physically, physical touch. It's not just about the sex. And I'm like, well, okay, what does that mean? And then you find out she's not even like giving him a hug in the morning or anything like that.
I know, but that comes up later in another episode. They get
Okay,
more into
we'll
that.
dig
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah, because they end it after that. They don't even show the full conversation.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Stassi's missing the point
Ooh.
here. She's missing the fucking point.
She lost the plot for sure.
And I hope she picks it up soon because we don't even know what in real life is happening right now. And like foundation is cracking. This whole marriage could come crumbling. And
And
then she's got all this money and she got no family.
and I'm really, things like this make me nervous, and even people that I know in real life, and I understand that we don't know them, parasocial, but it's the same thing. When there are people, and I am 1,000% sure these two were literally made for each other. Like,
Yeah.
these people are.
Okay, guys, welcome Belle. She's never been a part of the Hi, yeah, say hello. Are you out of your mind?
You look
This is real life.
fluffier.
She is very fluffy.
I don't like her that much after what you told me. I'm scared of her now.
What'd she do? She's not the
Oh,
nice
right,
killer.
right, Lucy. I'm thinking of Lucy. What was I saying?
You get nervous about this. We don't know. Yeah.
I hate when I see people that are, in my mind, the blueprint. Like, this is
Yeah.
how couples should be. And when they break up, I'm always thinking, "Oh my gosh, well, I don't know anything anymore." They were so happy. I've never seen people so happy when they started dating. They were meant for each other, and, like, that's the kind of people that make you go, "Oh, that's why there's soulmates and stuff."
Yeah.
So I'm
This
gonna be
is
crushed if they break up.
I know, and this is just the crazy thing about when you really step back and think about marriage, like, it's just so wild to think about saying, like, "I'm gonna be with this person the rest of my life," because you truly never know if your values are gonna change, if what fulfills you is gonna change, and if that other person is not gonna agree with it, like, it's just so wild to me to think about that that's, like, our society and, like, what we do. Like, imagine if we were in, like, a different society and it was like, you get married and you stay married for like 10 years. It's so easy to get divorced and then you just move on to the next person because you're in a different stage in your life. Like people getting married at 18, that's a fucking death sentence.
You change so much, and a
18 to 30, forget it.
and that's just regular people. Now I'm talking about 2 people where you're have this, huge amount of fame, and
Yeah,
that changes you as a person.
it does. And I also have been seeing a lot on social media about people just really driving home. Like, don't forget that social media is not actually what's actually happening in the window that you're seeing. Because like this girl posted all these pictures and it was like cute pictures of her and her significant or husband, I think at the time. And they'd be smiling and happy. And then she'd write on the picture, like, the day before this, I found out that he was cheating on me with another woman. Another picture, like, before we got to this beach scene, he was screaming at me in the car and like pulled my hair. And like it's just so wild to think that like everything we see on social media, that's like nothing, 0.5% of what actually is happening in this person's life, and so easy to portray a different image than what the reality is behind the closed doors. It's fucking insane.
Completely, and I feel like the younger generation, it's harder for them to realize that because it's all
Yeah.
they've ever known.
Yes.
We know because we were there before there was social media,
Yep.
and that's just not how it works. There's no perfect influence curated life out
No,
there.
there isn't.
So we know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Scary
yeah.
for the younger
I don't
generations.
post, dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
I think about, like, deleting it all the time.
I
I'm like,
know.
"What am I doing?"
I'll get memories of like, I think there was a post that just came out. It said out with like a smiley face. And I was like, I'm deleting that off my Facebook. Like, I don't need that on there.
I
Like, this is
delete
crazy.
every time I look at my memories. It's
Yeah.
just like a mass delete.
Yes. Yes.
I take pictures because some of them, it's just too good
Yeah.
but
No, it's bad.
yikes.
I know.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well, that is episode
It's a
2.
wrap. We'll figure out if we're going to do 2 episodes next time because we had this big idea of doing 2 episodes or even 3 at once. And I think it's seeming to be that I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but if we can combine
Yeah.
some, then we will. The thing is, we could keep going until we have our next show lined up
No kidding. Yeah.
because we could jump into something mid-season, but I feel
Right.
like isn't Salt Lake, like, right around the corner?
I think so. I don't know. I still haven't looked into that of when that's coming out, honestly.
So let's not stress ourselves out
No.
fully. I need to see what episode 3 and 4 have because I don't remember.
Yes, I have a feeling that 3 wasn't as booming, so we
Mhm.
may have less, so we probably could do 3 and 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, and then the Clancy case, we'll have to figure out when we can squeeze that in there because 'cause
Mhm.
I'm the one that has to prepare for that.
Yeah, I'm just there for the ride,
Yeah,
so good luck
exactly.
to you.
Put your spectacles on. I almost wore those. I actually wore those that color to work today, so I'm glad I changed.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "I gotta change these." I can just feel it that you have them on.
These are, like, my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, you guys have a fantastic weekend. You're probably going to be watching this on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. So hopefully your Tuesday or Wednesday is fantastic. And yeah, just, drop a line, drop a comment, drop a rate, a like, a follow, whatever you want to drop it all.
Anything.
Yeah,
We'll take
anything.
anything.
We want it all. See you later.